What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Unreal Engine 5 game development live stream where we're working on our Gas Course project, an action RPG built from scratch using the Gameplay Ability System plugin, Blueprint C++, all that good stuff. So last time we were working on a little bit of the critical hit chance and critical damage and everything, and getting the UI to look nice, which we were able to do. We just gotta do critical hits, and we got critical going. But we are seeing an instance there, for example, where for damage over time effects, it is re-rolling the critical hit chance and re-rolling, at that point, potentially the damage. So I want to try to fix that because I would like to have, if you got the critical, it'll preserve that number, like you're dealing 6 damage instead of 3 over time, but it won't keep sending that event. So we want to try to fix that. So that's what we're going to be working on today. Just to give myself, some grace to make things easier to test over time. Let's look at our burn. Here's our burn full. This is referenced in what burns static effect base. So I believe in burn stack, we'll see. So just so it's quicker, we'll set that to 1. So we can apply burn quicker. And so there we go. And we'll make the duration really long. Just so we can keep seeing damage instances coming, just so we can test things. And let's make our critical chance 100%, just so we see it happen. So as soon as we apply burn, see how it's going to be critical each time, right? And I don't know if I want that. Maybe it's cool, maybe it's not. But I'd at least like to try to make sure I can prevent that if I wanted to, just so we have ways to control that. So we're going to continue where we left off. And, we were working with the AI assist on how we can implement this, but I don't remember really what it said. I have some of the to-dos to try to fix this. So we'll try to just work with the to-dos, see if we can just manage this on our own. Because what we need to do is inform this gameplay effect, this damage instance that we're applying in the burn status. Let me pull that back up. We're only applying this damage once, right? So when we create this effect, we should also kind of pass in some data saying, hey, we want to cache this value. And so there is this apply damage to target internal, but that does all different types of damage. So there is apply damage over time where we construct it with the damage over time context, and then we return this damage effect into apply damage to target internal. So maybe I can check to see if it's like a damage over time, and then do this. So let's see. If damage effect duration policy has duration, and I guess I could say damage effect don't know if I need all those checks, but let's leave it just for extra safety. That's where I would assume I would need to assign it. Like that. Put a thing here. So pass in cache value through tag. And instead of request gameplay tag, doing it this way, we should have a data underscore cached damage. Like that. And then inside of our execution, we should be able to pick that up based on this. So let's uncomment this out. Something like this. Now I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say UE log using cache thing. Yeah. So that was all within source files. So I should be able to just do a hot reload here. So we'll see what we get. So I'll let that go. Hope everyone's having a good Tuesday. So far the week has been hectic, but of course, that's life, ain't it? Can't do nothing about it, but you know, you can roll with the punches, you can do your best. That's all anyone could ever ask. But, you know, nothing's better than getting home from your game development job to come back and do more game dev. It's always a beautiful thing. I hope others do the same. Okay, so we got syntax errors. Awesome. So there is is set is not a member of scalable float. I don't know. Like this AI tool really suggests poorly. Like this autocorrect for this AI tool. Because apparently period that is set is not a thing. I guess I could just do that. So that seems better. Let's see what other syntax errors we can get. Why so hectic? It's called truck driver syndrome. I actually never heard of truck driver syndrome. Things are hectic. I can't really speak to it, but you know, just a lot of things going, a lot of moving parts, a lot of things to manage and take care of. If you don't pay a driver their worth, then it's the start of the driver syndrome. Is it the one side of the face is wrinkly, or so what is so intense anxiety? Okay. I hope I don't get that. I guess we'll see in time. Okay, so we got more problems. Let's go ahead and just close out of the editor and recompile through Writer just so we can get a little bit more details on what we're seeing. I also hope, let me know if the music's a little too loud or not. It's kind of loud in my ears. I just want to make sure you guys are not getting blasted by the music either. Once we can get this issue resolved, like being able to cache the value and make sure we're not re-rolling each time, let's look our to-do list. Like, we already have the better visuals for the critical chance. Like, we have the critical damage thing that we talked about. Then I guess it's time to go into State Tree. I gotta bite the bullet finally. So no, there are memes where a truck driver, after getting to a stop, goes and plays Euro Trucks. Oh, that's actually a pretty funny sounding meme. Yeah, definitely. I don't know. It's like those other kinds of games, not like, Euro Truck Simulator or anything, but there's like the car washing simulator, just like cleaning simulator. Like, okay, so you nearly hear it, so you barely hear it. Okay, so I hope that is good that you can barely hear it. Not sure. So F gameplay request tag. Okay. Let me see how I'm doing this somewhere else. So data underscore incoming. I always get the syntax for this wrong. Okay, so I don't think I don't need to do that. So that's one. And two. So get set by color magnitude. It just needs the gameplay tag. So I think that's okay. Let it rip. Let's see what happens. Beyblade. What else do we have on our to-do list? Material-based footsteps for VFX spawning. I feel like that's too polishy. Like, being able to spawn dust particles or snow particles or whatever based on the physical material on the ground. We're going to move that, I think, to the bottom. Okay, so everything succeeded. Awesome. So yeah, we want to focus next on the enemy spawning a dummy projectile, just so we can practice incoming damage for us. So we can do things like maybe armor or just damage reduction, testing like invulnerability frames, this, that, the other thing. And then once we have that, there's some bugs we can fix. That we also can go back to the charge super jump. But I think we can start, hopefully soon, working with like a not score targeting, just like a scoring system. So every time you kill an enemy, based on the damage that you've done and how quickly you kill them, any status effects, whatever we deem is noteworthy about that defeat or killing of that enemy, you get a certain score. Have it work nice, and then based on your score, we can have a loop. At the end of each wave or sets a wave, you can then do points towards new skills, upgrading skills, stats, and stuff like that. Whoops, I just muted the wrong tabs. And then I guess once we have a scoring system and we can do stuff with that, I don't know what would be next. I would like to introduce like melee and stuff like that. Hey, thank you so much, Nepaliv, I believe that's what it says. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Thanks for subscribing there on YouTube, much appreciated. I see your message as well. Hi, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Okay, so we're loading in. So what we're expecting is when we deal damage over time. Yeah, I'm not sure how it would work once we're in here though. We gotta kind of think it out, I guess. We'll see what happens. Let's just see if this UE log gets printed. Okay, so we're back. So we're in. Let's put a breakpoint just for fun. Okay. Okay, we got a breakpoint. So it's using cash damage, so that's good. I do want to see. I guess I could just look at the UE log. Let me clear that. So using cash damage. So it's saying it every single time. So we know it's executing each time. So how do we gate this properly? Because here we're saying, you know, we're assigning, so assign tag set by caller magnitude. So we're going in, we're saying, okay, it's this value, it's this damage. So we're saying, hey, we have it. So I gotta kind of think on this for a couple minutes. How is cursor for Unreal Engine, assuming that's what you're using? I'm not sure what cursor is. So what do I need to do? So, like I wonder if it's at all too late while we're in the execution to assign tag by color magnitude. So for instance, because we can add granted tags, right? So let's go to native tags as well. Let's try another thing here where we're going to pass along a tag. We're going to say like damage type underscore, not critical. I don't know if I want to do damage. I don't know how to really label this correctly. So let's say damage type underscore, or we could say, okay, if it's a status, I feel like that's too not broad enough. Damage type underscore damage over time. I think that's how it was written, right? This is copy pasta. So let's pass along instead this tag. So add granted tags. Can I say like F gameplay tag container that? Damage. Type damage over time. And then in the damage execution. Can I say... So I pass along the tags, I believe. Spec dynamic granted tags. I believe that would work. Let's go ahead and exit out the editor. Let's comment this back out. Let's try like if has tag exact. Yes. Let's see if that works. Assuming it does work, then we would need to somehow like assign tag set by color of magnitude. Do something to that effect. I guess and just hope for the best at that point. I need more RAM or something in this computer, honestly. Oh, it's always constantly pooping its pants when I'm compiling, trying to compile. Or I need better CPU or something. Or just do something better with it, right? But assuming we got this right, we had the granted tags, we get to here. I gotta figure out how to, so out execution output. So incoming damage property. It's an attribute set. I just don't know if I can write this damage and cache it unless I make another attribute. Okay, so we already have an issue. Forgot a second parenthesis. We'll let the rest of the project compile just in case it catches another no for us. And then we'll do a recompile. Okay, so it failed. Let's immediately recompile because we know we fixed the syntax error. I don't know why I said error. Like a Taylor Swift era. Just not compiling correctly. All right. I'm never happy with the way my code looks. I feel like everybody's like that. And I always get always get hung up on trying to make something perfect, even though I know it can't be perfect. I'm in my non-compiling era. I mean, that should be a thing. If people try to talk to me, be like, no, dude, I'm in my non-compiling era. I'm sorry. Come back later. That should be like a valid excuse for like a holiday. It's like, yeah, I can't come into work. I got my doctor's note. I'm not compiling. Hopefully by the end of this week at least, I'll have a fix for this. I'd like to make a new like YouTube short and TikTok and stuff about the progress here. I'm also reconsidering if I should do tutorials again or not. It's a lot of work. I don't know. Like, if I don't know what's stopping me really, except for how much work it goes into a tutorial, how much rehearsal, good amount of editing as well. I don't know if it's worth it or not. I'd like to stick with just streaming and making YouTube shorts about the stuff that we're working on. Excuse me. Okay, so after like 5 minutes of trying to recompile, we're back. Let's see if that even worked. Okay. Just gotta pay attention to our output log. Let's try again. So it doesn't look like it worked. Put a breakpoint. The fact that it just doesn't let me jump back into the editor is wild. Like, do I have a crash or something? Okay. There we go. Thank you. So let's do that. And now we have damage over time. Now we got hit. So what is our dynamic granted tags? I want to see what's in this tag list. And it's going to take forever to evaluate the data, of course. Okay, so it's got 2 tags. So it has that thing. Okay, so it does work. I just don't know why that's commented out. Whoopsie poopsie. Let's do a hot reload on that. I just want to get full confirmation that it's working using the output log here. So once again, we'll let it do its thing. Maybe I need to do like a computer restart to give it a break. Always feels like it's struggling, this computer. And I feel like I complain about my computer way too much. Does anyone else complain about their computers too much? Is it just me? Okay. Let's jump in. Let's get our UE log showing. Damage over time. Great. Now, I am curious. So I'm gonna say, you in 32, whatever. Interest in 32. Counter. And that's not gonna work. Counting's not gonna work. So can I do something similar to this? Assign tag setter by color magnitude. I could take a spec and set by color magnitude. Now, can I say, like, float this? So if it's greater than this, we're gonna say this. Now, this, I would say like else. Don't want to do that. So else. So it'll be here. So let me first calculate the damage. Like this. So then I should be able to say damage. Let's see what happens there. Okay, so it compiled. Good news, good news. So what am I expecting though? So we have damage over time. We're gonna go here. We're gonna see if we have anything. So if it's not, then we're gonna set it. Maybe here I could say break. I don't know if that's valid to write break like that. I guess we don't need to do anything. So if, and then at the very end, we do something like that. Why is it written like all that? Store damage as cached damage. Let's see what happens. Let's pray. Okay. Okay, so that's a problem. So it's because it's damage, because of the way I'm writing this tag. Maybe because I'm writing it like that too. That's not good. I'm just gonna write it like that. Because we have get damage type color, which we're calling from where? There's damage type colors and find. Probably not a safe way to access that stuff. So that's why it's crap against pants. Maybe it should be like a data tag instead. Let me cancel. We're gonna say, let's have damage type. We're gonna say data damage over time. Something like that. Move that up here. Okay, let's try compiling that once more. I don't know if you can see the kitty because of the blur. Hey Lola. Fudge. I don't know if she wants to be on camera or not. I'll bring her over. Just because. I got a kitty. She is quite literally the best kitty in the world. She's also a very big kitty. Not her fault though. Okay, so we need to fix tag names. Let's try that again. Maybe I don't need to make my background blurry. Okay, so we compiled successfully. Hooray. Okay, so I'm not blurring it here. I guess I'm blurring it. That's an unflattering photo that appeared. Why am I making it blurry? Is it under effects? Yeah, there you go. A wild Lola appeared. Hey. She's super chill. Well, I wouldn't say she's super chill. Sometimes she gets zoomies. Well, cats get zoomies, huh? We also got this really, really tall cat tree, and she loves it. And at this point, I'm just talking to a cat. Okay, so let's reload the editor this time. Maybe we got it right, maybe we did not. We're gonna find out. Last time it crashed. Which, if it crashed, then it means it got to this point and it passed that data along and then it failed. So, could be a good sign. Excuse me. Boo boo. Sorry, I'm just focusing on petting the cat now. Let's get check something. Hold on. Okay. Boo boo. All right. Time to get back down to business, down to brass tacks, if you will. I will. I wonder, can we zoom in? I just said we're gonna get down to business, and now I'm gonna zoom in. Let's see if we can get zoomed in. Lola. Perfect. Now the focus is all wrong. There she is. Hey, Lola. Hey, boo boo, choo choo choo. Okay, sorry. Okay. Back on your boy. I gotta shave. Again. Going off tangents and off topic. Let's see if we get a crash or if it will work. Okay, so at least it didn't crash. So we know it gets to here, right? So I don't really know what I should be doing. I do know what I should be doing, but the how. Because we get to this point. So essentially what I need to do is somehow bypass all this. So I need to do something like else. Or no. I basically have to, because I don't want to roll the critical chance anymore. I don't want to do any of this anymore. I want to go straight into broadcasting the event again and sending out the healing and everything like that. Essentially, I would want to bypass all this. So we at some point it should say we're using cash damage, right? So damage over time, cash damage. I got such a breedable face. Thank you, man. Thanks, Bill. I appreciate that. I try to breed myself all the time. I want to avoid redundancies on like what code I'm writing. Because so basically we're calculating the initial damage here. Like here. And then we're checking if it's damage over time. If it is, like I essentially need to do this. Cash damage. Yeah, basically do this, all this stuff down here, essentially, or at least most of it. And that's where my brain doesn't like. There should be a way to write it so that I can do all these calculations and everything up until like here, and then pass along the other information. So how could that be written? Maybe I can have like a boolean. So bool be using cached damage equals false. Equals true. And then I could say like if be using cached damage equals false. We do this stuff. Then because yeah, I'm declaring floats here that are now scoped incorrectly. Lola, just trying to get into the closet there. Lola, I just told everybody you were chill. Now you're being unchill. How can I do this? Ba 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 bum. Okay, let's get rid of these. And just write that like that. Cards of damage. Let's find mitigated damage. I think that should be good. Let's see what happens. Sugar-free Red Bull's almost empty. Now it is empty. What am I going to do in my life? Oh, fingers crossed, homies. Hmm. Okay, so it didn't compile. So B critical hit unidentified. So where are we doing B critical hit? So I think we have to declare that at top. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Let's see. Let's do another hot reload. Is there any other problems? Okay. This could be it. Let's see. Okay, so no. Because yeah, like it doesn't use the store damage correctly here. So store damage as cached damage. So let's see what happens. The first case is 6. Okay, hold on, hold on. I think I figured it out. I think that's okay. Maybe I can say maybe that's it. Let's see. Okay, so there was a GPU crash. Awesome. We stand. We stand a crash like that, of course. Just as we may have gotten this correct, let's clean some stuff up first. Let's recompile. Again, it's syncing projects. Never know what that means. Okay, so now it's building. Hopefully this will be the last time we need to do this. I think my computer is on its like last legs before I need to give it a restart. I also want to play Wolfenstein after this. I want to get a good solid, like, I don't know, half hour of gaming in before calling it a night. All right. Because there's one more concern that I also have. But maybe it's not an issue because we're making a new damage instance each time. We'll check it once we're in editor and I'll try to explain what my concern is and then we'll see if it even is a concern. Maybe I'm wrong. It's always a possibility I'm wrong. I'm wrong a lot of the time. Have you checked out Marvel Rivals? I know about it. I've been watching news about it, but I personally haven't played it. I really don't have the time to play competitive or anything like that, or even I don't mean competitive. I just don't want to. Not really into multiplayer games that much at the moment. But I know it's free to play, so I can jump in at any time. So I'm down for that. But what about you, Bill? Have you been playing it? Or are we gonna jump back onto Overwatch, dude? And we gotta play some Sigma. Slower Overwatch. Word, it's slower than Overwatch. I feel like it's much more based on the videos I've seen. It's much faster than Overwatch. Plus, it's 6v6, so there's more shit going on. Oh yeah, are they bringing back 6v6? I think it's temporarily, right? Or is it going to be its own game mode, like forever? Or is it like a limited time event? So let's see. So critical, and then critical, and now it's 6. Awesome. So we know that that works. Let's check another thing. Burn stack. We'll put you back to 4. And this is back to 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah. Forgot critical damage is too much. Let's put the burn stack to 1 just to test things. So critical. Okay, and then boom. Right. Where's the burn status? I gotta make the damage smaller. Damage duration, get status effect damage. Oh yeah. Okay. So effect should be like a status effect table somewhere. Yeah, curve, status effect damage. Burn damage, we'll just make that 1. So now I'm dealing 2 damage. Okay. Let me look at my other table here because I don't want to be dealing. So curve, ability damage, projectile damage. Let's just make this 5. So we did 10, and then we burn 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So that looks like it works. Hey. We got a wild kitty coming in. I don't know. Oh no, she made the music much louder in my ears. Lola, you crazy. But yeah, I gotta fix. No, the critical damage is coming in at a decent position. I don't know what you think. So critical, critical. Does it need to, I should also bring back the healing over time thing. So NPC, where is it? Yeah, AS NPC. So dummy base. Let's give you the passive healing again, just so we're not killing them so quickly or at all. Okay, we got a wild kitty in the house. I don't know if you can see the tail here. Lola? No, do not lay on the keyboard. You are a silly kitty. Chill here. Thank you. So yeah, critical. I don't know. It's offset so basically the further I am away, the more offset it is. If you notice, it's a little bit on the right-hand side, and then as I get closer, it's more on the left. So I wonder how we can unify that, if at all. Because we're going to stream for about 15 more minutes, so let's see if we can... let's put some damage stuff back. Let's see. Should be a damage number. Because yeah, if we look at this, like if we look at the damage numbers themselves, like they're pretty much at the location they need to be, no matter how far away you are. So I'm assuming this is what the problem is. Let's just look where the critical hit spawns. So it definitely is consistent. So I just don't know. So the actor location. So if it's critical hit true, I want to use the actor location. But for some reason, it's offset. I remember that being a problem, right? But why? Can I draw a debug sphere at this center? Duration 2, thickness 2, sure. Where is this drawn? So it seems correct, right? But why is the text offset in a weird way? Because we're adding the damage number tracker. We're initializing it. And then we're continually setting the position with the view scale, the world location. Include window position. I don't think that's going to fix anything. If anything, that's going to cause problems. Viewport scale. And like within the damage number itself. If I were to just set this to like 1,000, no, let's set this to a big number. Is it justified in the right way or positioned the same right way? So definitely no. So horizontal alignment. Justification, align text left, align text center. I just need to know why it's not showing at the right thing here. So if I do auto instead. I wonder what else I could try. So we set the color opacity, set the text, we play an animation. Now, let's try not setting an animation. Yeah, so that doesn't really do much. So definitely, I feel like this position maybe it has something to do with it. I don't know. Am I able to get the damage number UI? Get size. Can I print this desired size? And is it anything that's not 000? Let's look. That's 000. So if I get it as canvas panel, get size. Is this also 000? No. So it's always 100 by 30. Now if I set it to fill, also 100 by 30. Now if I were to make this number huge, still that value. Get size, set size, get size to content. Desired size on screen. Now, am I able to get this as an overlay slot? Let's see. Okay, content. No, there's nothing really there. Now, if I were to split this, what does this look like? So it definitely at least is consistent. So maybe I can do minus. Seems better. So can I then say plus 100? I don't know how much Z offset is too much. Let's correct this to read that. So I do get desired on screen. If I set this to desired, do I get different results? Maybe. No. See how, like, as I get closer, yeah, it's still offset in weird ways. So yeah, definitely a weird situation. I don't know how to fix that off the top of my head. But yeah, in general, this doesn't really... doesn't really help with anything. Maybe it'll look good if we do it this way. I don't know, man. I'm hyper fixated on this. Like, I would think, let's say we say we want a custom size 100 by 30. Whoops. So what is exactly wrong? Dozed off for a minute. So what's wrong? Like this critical the critical UI that comes up. I want it to spawn just above the enemy's head, but it's offset. I'm trying to figure out why. Maybe I'm doing it wrong there. No. Because I'm passing in the actor location, the target, and I'm just going, okay, add 100 to it so it's a little bit above, and then add that position there. So I'm just trying to figure out how to align it properly so that it's always above the enemy's head. Yeah, and I'm not sure. Like, if I do minus 100, it'll be a little bit better. But as I get closer, it'll move more and more to the left. And as I'm going further away, oh, it'd still be offset to the right, you know what I mean? And then as I get closer, it'll center. So yeah, that's the problem, and I'm not 100% sure why. Again, I thought it was like a justification problem with the text, but I tried centering it, and that didn't work. Maybe making it left oriented will work. Let's just. And still no. Oh, transformation to upper. I don't know. Does the transform policy do anything? No. So desired on screen, all good. I don't know why it's in a vertical box. I doubt that has anything to do with it, but we'll see. Yeah, no. It's quite annoying. And again, if I just put a random minus number, it's going to be offset incorrectly based on distance. Like eventually, if I get close enough, it looks a little better, but as I'm moving back, slightly off. Maybe I can live with that. I don't think I'll be able to live with that, honestly. Let's get it to a point where it looks good. And then I'll have to just do some research off stream, I think. So I think minus 100 is where it needs to be. So like from this distance, like that's pretty much what I want it to always look like, you know? But, you know, as I get closer, it's offset. And that hurts my feelings. And I wonder now, like, what if, for example, in the damage number panel, let's say we don't update it on tick, does it spawn in the right location? So it doesn't even show. So I wonder, does viewport scale have to do with anything? Player viewport relative have to do with anything? So if I were to just pass in screen position, yeah, so it's definitely off without that. Player viewport relative. Yeah, still an issue. Let me draw a debug sphere. Let's see what hell this is going to look like. I mean, that doesn't look right, honestly. So for duration, and let's also just draw critical hit. See, like, why is it drawing it there? Is it because of this offset? Like, see, that's where it should be drawing from me, but it's offset. So yeah, something is just off about it. So what if I were to not do an animation? So that's how it's spawning, right? How would I fix that? I don't know yet. But I feel like I'm just going too deep into it at the moment. Maybe we could fix this some other day this week. So that's where I'm going to end it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching. For those watching from YouTube, make sure to subscribe. It would be much appreciated. Thank you guys so much. Oh, door to nothingness. Sorry. I didn't realize you were talking in the YouTube chat. My bad. It is very suspicious, but thanks for chatting. I appreciate it. So those from watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. Those watching on Twitch, make sure to follow. And yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully some other time this week. Have a good night. See you later.